Check one. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up, Kato?
Hey, how's it going, man? All right. Um, I'm hitting you now just to get information, and it'll just be a few questions just to get
Okay.
information on Sirius Company.
Okay.
To write a piece on that. I
Okay.
so I could just start off. Basically, want to start off what year? And I know this is within the past several years, but what year did Sirius Company start?
August of 2017.
August of 2017, and that
I'm
came
sorry,
from
2018. 2018.
18.
Yeah.
Okay, and that came from a process of both you and Kim leaving Team Familiar, or
Yeah.
y'all left and then later on decided to do this together.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So what was the? And I'm gonna ask you something a little bit about the Kim thing, because there's a. I know y'all worked in the past. Matter of fact, there's a song that you had did. You didn't really heavily release it, but I used to kept it in rotation on the Team Our Radio joint that you and Kim did called Mrs. Jones. Joint, you remember that joint?
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
You never really out. Yeah.
Yeah. But you had given it to me, so I had it in rotation. But at any rate, I guess the whole concept of the Sirius Company.
You breaking up. You breaking up. Say it again.
Can you hear me? Are you good?
Say it again. Say it again.
Okay. Okay. The whole concept of Sirius Company,
Mm-hmm.
even with the naming of the band and stuff, how did that come about? Really?
Well, I wanted to have a band. Well, whatever I did after Team Familiar, I wanted to have a band where I was I was the leader of it, and I wanted to have my namesake attached to it. That way, I didn't want to have to go through, similar to what I went through in Team Familiar, and being more of an employee. I wanted to kind of put my own legacy together, and when putting the band together, I wanted to have versatility as the main focal point. So everybody that I courted or recruited, played more than one instrument and did more than one thing. And so, that's how I went around recruiting. Actually, the Congo player actually wanted Penny first, but he was still in retirement. He wasn't ready to come back yet. And so I got BJ, and BJ wanted to try the pads, the digital pads. So we tried that for a few years. But yeah, that's pretty much how that came about.
Yeah, you a little bit too much, but I heard it. That digital pads thing. Were y'all the first band to try that?
No, I don't think we were the first band to try it. I know Walker Reyes had I saw Walker Reyes using it for
Okay.
Somebody else I saw using it. Oh, Bo Beatty. I saw Bo Beatty using it before. But BJ was the first, I kind of think, that to kind of use him full time, like he was doing. I had saw people use the pads before, but not in a full time capacity.
So was the purpose was just simply just to, not having, not being able to have to tow in those large equipment, basically like a downsizing, equipment wise. Was that the purpose of that?
Well, it was two things. It was one, just trying to do something different.
Okay.
Trying to have some kind of innovative way of other people looking at, go and being able to travel into some of these small clubs or smaller lounges allowed us to, downsize equipment. And, mostly it was something, just trying something different.
Okay. And who are the members? I'm gonna get the name of each and every member of the group.
Frank Sirius, myself, Kim Michelle, Jason Holland, John Williams.
John
Yeah,
Williams.
Jason with an E. So, yeah, Jason spelled Jasen.
Oh yeah, I know.
Holland. Yeah, and then John Williams, Jon. Wes Watkins, David Cleveland, Marcus Young Sr., Kevin Smoke Abrams.
Kevin Abrams, he played what? What did he play?
Kevin, he played Smoke Abrams. He played the bass.
Okay.
And then Delano Penny Bowden, BOWD.
Right. So Penny's in there now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you guys the material release, because one thing about it, you've been together since 2018, but you have been releasing material.
Yeah.
And I want to get a list of those. I guess the first one was what? Would you say?
The first song we released was That Time of Year, the holiday record that we put out.
That's the holiday one. Okay, that was the first one.
Holiday, yeah. That was the first one, and that was 2019. And then we put out Caliente with Shorty Coleon.
That's I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah. And then we put out She Ready. And then Better Days. And then On Top of the Moon.
On Top of the Moon.
And all of those are ones with videos attached to it. And then we put out taught me to think about it. Then we put out a PA record. That's right, a PA tape.
Okay. Now from She Ready and all the ones after that, are all those under the what you kind of label the
Daryl Brooks label, yeah.
Yeah, Daryl's label.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I hear you. Entertainment.
I hear you, Joe. But She Ready was the first one that was released on it? Okay.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Okay. So that's basically been the singles. No EPs or albums just yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, that's the next thing we putting out. Actually.
That's okay.
We got a single coming out in September, and then we got an album coming out in November.
Okay. So all right. So let me make sure I got everything. Okay. Okay. With the Kim joining it, with the way you had the concept, that was always fine with her, or I mean, in other words, did y'all had planned on doing it that way, or you set it up and invited her to be part of
it? Yeah, I kind of invited her to be a part of it, because at first she was gonna take a break, and just kind of do shows here and there with her Kim Michelle project, and then I asked her to come. I thought we would be stronger together, and I asked her to join the band, and that's what the way it's been ever since. People kind of put the Kim and Scooby thing on there, dynamic duo and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's where they don't refer to it that much that anymore, do they?
I kind of stopped it. I kind of told people not to do it because people were putting it on flyers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't want to have that singular view on the whole band, because the whole band is so talented. Yeah. You know what I mean? That I didn't want to kind of narrow the focus on Kim and I. So I kind of stopped people from using it. People still put the Kim and Scooby thing on there, but I never really officially liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like one promoter told me, he said, man, right now that Kim and Scooby is more popular than the band name. So if I'm a promoter, I'm promoting that Kim and Scooby is going to be there. And so I understood that. So we're working on branding, Sirius Company as the official name, and and until it's become, I guess, more popular than who Kim and Scooby is as individuals, I guess I continue to let promoters put it on there.
Okay. Cause y'all, I mean, cause you and Kim, like, which is why I brought up the thing about the Mrs. Jones thing. Yeah, I got a history to go back a good while. Did you
Yep.
work with also the Kim and Michelle experience a little bit?
Yeah. So I worked with her a couple shows with that, and I also had her performing with Listen after we had after Listen had split up.
Right,
I
with the
had her
group.
performing with Listen. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, and then we had worked together on some other songs too before that, with me writing and stuff for her. So I was
Okay.
familiar with her, with her work.
Right. So, any of the old stuff y'all did together, do y'all do any of that now?
We actually recorded Mrs. Jones. I didn't. I never thought that that we put it out like that and made enough noise with it. So we re-recorded it, and actually, to me, it sounds better now. So,
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you about. I was gonna ask you about those. Suggested y'all should. Okay.
yeah,
Because I liked it. I
yeah,
always thought it was a slick little joke.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. And I want to go and talk about the whole pandemic period, which
Uh huh.
which I guess during that time there were quite a few bands who some sat there, some were able to find a niche. You all were able to find a niche. There was really kind of I know some people was doing streaming, but it took, to me, I'm gonna look at it, is it took streaming to, how can I say? Okay, I remember seeing bands streaming. I was like, cool. And then I remember watching Erykah Badu stream. Remember when she did
Yeah,
hers in her bedroom? And I
yeah,
said, what was so that I loved about hers is because it was a different type of format. She didn't stand up like a stage. We was like almost invited in her bedroom. And I
yeah,
caught that same vibe with y'all, that we was like invited into whoever house you all were in. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? In that room. Was that the idea of that, doing it that way, or?
yeah. I mean, we kind of wanted to do something different, and the like you said, the streams that were being done, and we did a couple of those too, with the full band, the full stage, the full
Yeah,
logo.
you did them both. Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of tuned into all of them.
yeah, but we kind of enjoyed the intimate, doing it from my kitchen. That was kind of the niche for us, because the way we feel, like I said, we versatile, and so we can do those kind of things, and not everybody can do it. So we just wanted to expound on being able to do it first of all, and then having fun doing it. So setting up in the living room or in the kitchen and just turning the camera on and singing, made sense for us. So that's what we try to. People still ask for us to do them Jones to this day, for real.
Yeah, because it was the way it was done. It, to me, I
Mm-hmm.
would probably say they, because it's almost like it's like personal when you're doing it that
Yeah,
way. When you in a stage setting, there's almost like a you there and the audience is here. But when you're sitting in their home, it's almost
right.
like they're sitting in their home with you. You know?
Yeah, so everybody there together. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. People really enjoyed the intimate thing. We probably got more compliments on that than we did the big full production. And
Uh-huh.
don't cost us nothing to sit in the room, but the full production, might cost us a couple $1,000. So that's what we started going to.
Okay, okay. No, that was that
Yeah,
was that was a slick, and it was, and y'all was doing it weekly.
yeah, we were doing it weekly. Yeah, and
Okay,
it helped us keep our chops up. You know what I mean?
of
While
course,
everybody was
of
out
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But was glad when the outside opened back up. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely financially.
Right, 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 right.
Everybody, I said we had 9 people in the band, and only 2 of us got jobs. So you can
Mhm.
imagine, we set for those 7 full-time musicians. It was a rough time.
Yeah, yeah. I bet. I'm sure. I'm sure. And then
Yeah,
you stay busy anyway. With, I mean, your schedule is like even more so. Um,
yeah.
Probably almost more than just about. Well, yeah. I mean, because you right now you work with that I can think of three different projects now. I guess when you're available,
Yeah, yeah.
which is Chuck the 70 um degrees west in the
Yeah, Sirius Company. Yeah.
yeah in the Sirius Company. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that I believe I got everything I need. Um,
Okay.
now I'm gonna just talk just ask a little question, a little bit about the label and stuff. So far it's just the three because I already actually I had done WAP as well, so I did a conversation with WAP already.
Uh-huh.
So it's basically just the three wisdom speaks, the we are one
We
Jones, y'all three. Y'all did
Yeah,
a
and then
picture. Is that for a promo or something that's coming up?
nah, we were just all in the same place at the same time. And he wanted to he said, man, look at all my artists, and we just kind of took a picture. But I think they working with EU too. He's working with EU on a new project.
Okay, okay.
So we're gonna see how that goes. EU and Junkyard got new songs coming out under the label.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I guess may expect to see a label showcase soon. I guess.
yeah, yeah. Showcase slash tour.
Uh,
We working on all of it, man. Just trying to be the front runners in original music. You know what I mean?
right.
Having people respect us for creating.
Okay.
Uh, you know, that's the main focus for Sirius Company, just putting out good quality music
Uh,
and letting people have that to chew on instead of always chewing on the same old.
yeah, yeah. Okay. And you yourself, which I wonder, because you yourself, you did you performed the something in the water jump. How did that come about, and how was that experience?
Oh man, it was awesome. To see that many people at the same time
Uh-huh.
rocking with you, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I did Summer Spirit Fest a couple times with 10,000 people out there, but when it's crazy to me that this year alone I would have performed at the Something in the Water Fest, 50,000 people. Um, I did Essence Festival with Chuck Brown Band and Dougie Fresh.
Yeah.
And then in October, I do the October Fest down in Atlanta. That's around 75,000 people. So I'm looking forward to that, man.
So
Three big festivals in 1 year.
are those your biggest to date so far, thus far? I mean, because you've been doing this for a while and you've
Outside,
had some big jumps. I mean, for real, that's
yeah. Yeah, that's probably the biggest. Essence Festival is probably the biggest. Something in the Water, and then the Oktoberfest. All three of those this year are gonna be the biggest crowds I've ever performed in front of. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And how's that helping networking?
Oh, it's big. Doing shows with Doug is always good because every time he sees me in particular, he always say, "Man, you're a bad boy. You're a bad boy." And just being able to work with him. His managers love me. His the people that surround him. They kind of starting to see, I guess, the future. Even though I'm 45, they kind of see the future of the music, and that means a lot to me because I do take it personally, like of having that responsibility of making sure that the music continues. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I take that as a personal quest to kind of put the music forward and set an example for whoever is watching to say, okay, this is how we should do it, or we need to be doing this because this is what Scoob and his peers did. But just like I can look at Pops and Essence and Junkyard and bands that put out music, that's what I think sustains the music. We got to put out music, and so when I go back and listen to all them Pops albums, I listen to what Donnell Floyd recorded and wrote all those years and with Rare Essence. That's what I see as that's my bar. That's my benchmark for me to basically put out as much music as they put out.
Okay.
For this generation, you know what I mean? For our era, but the youngers got their thing and they need to, do what they need to do for themselves. But I don't know, to me, it's a void of good, solid original music from the time, Listen came out in 2000 all the way up to now. I can probably name, 20 songs through 22 years, you know what I mean? That really was put out and listened to. I mean, we all put out music, but that was the gift and the curse of the Listen era because, we played other people's music so well and got so popular at it that we didn't focus on putting out original music. That's the one downfall, the one regret I have with Listen. But, I'm trying to stay out of that, getting into that rut or falling into that groove, so to speak, with Sirius Company. I don't want to get so popular at not creating or, duplicating other music that we forget about creating. That's what we have.
I gotta say, even though, I remember the whole Listen period and even after the split, both of you released albums. And I was like, it was almost like a finally, because both albums were nice. That was a matter of fact, when we did the radio show, I don't know if you knew, you may know, but the joke you did, I used for a while as the theme song of the radio show. Oh, the opening.
Really? Which one?
We've been doing this thing called Go Go ever since we Go.
Go with my business.
Yeah, Go with my business. Yeah, which is ironic because that's kind of the one that reminds me the most of Chuck.
Yeah. I wrote it for Chuck to be on it. But we couldn't never get him on there.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
That's ironic. Okay.
But that's how they say iron sharpens iron. We both put out albums, and we talked about it later because we all friends now. But we both put out albums because the other one was putting out albums. You know what I mean? So it was like, after we put it up, it was like, all right, you gonna do one? All right, we're gonna do one too. You know what I mean? So that kind of competition, I think, is good for the industry though. And we don't really have that. Like, there's no reason to me that Backyard is not putting out an album every year or Junkyard. You know what I mean? Or some of our top artists in the industry, they get so caught up in the plan and working that we forget to create. You know what I mean? So,
just off the record, because I'm just curious, your thoughts, because I've always blamed that on radio, and I'm gonna tell you why. That's why I say off the record, because I don't want to get in no back and forth with them. But the reason I say that is because, let's say Jones from that album y'all put out, and it was a Joan on, like I say, Listen's album that I kept in rotation. The Joan was called So Good. You know what I'm saying?
Which I wrote, which is crazy.
Really? Okay. See, even Sunshine, if that stuff had been in regular radio rotation, that would have been the incentive to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I strongly believe that. And to this day, I still believe it because I have, like I said, received material of some of the stuff that a lot of bands have done that didn't really push out, like I said, like the Mrs. Jones joint. You just gave it to me once and I kept it in rotation. But I've got a lot of them from different groups where when people used to say go-go bands don't do originals, I used to say, man, I got tons of originals.
Tons of, yeah.
You know, that people don't even know exist.
Yeah, I think it's that's definitely part of the problem. Radio not supporting this, like they say they do actually, but so radio, and then another part of it is the level of production. So we got to take part of the responsibility for it. It has to compete with that's just the way it is. The stuff that we put out has to compete with what they already planned. And just in terms of radio. Now we can say F radio and say, well, this is our sound, and this is the radio stations that's going to play our sound. And, you know, with the internet and with streaming services and all of that stuff, there's really no reason why we can't just have our own radio station. You know what I mean? And but
yeah,
when people do radio stations, the public don't really support it financially.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's always something because can't even say that some folks haven't even tried that, you know, including myself.
Yeah.
That aspect.
I'm about to say, yourself and what Go-Go Royalty is doing and
exactly,
you know, Go-Go Radio. I mean, all these people, you know, they've done the work, the groundwork to be able to have a platform. But, you know, when it comes down to it, Go-Go fans and fandom is just a fraction of what the landscape is. And we don't have enough support, you know, overall to be able to sustain those kind of things. I mean, I ain't got to tell you, you know, you're
right. I mean, because I can even say that with the stuff the Sirius Company is released. And I know I've seen the videos, I've seen the holiday Jones. I'm like, some night. I mean, like, good gracious, like, you know, what more can you do but keep flooding with that?
Yeah. And that's our motto now. Like, we can't wait for people to even notice us or give us a fair shot on radio and, you know, to talk about it and all that. I mean, I don't know what more, like you said, what more we can do. We get great production. We put out, you know, all in the videos and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, even our own people. I just saw the video of the white group or the two white dudes playing sardines.
Yeah.
You saw that?
I saw it.
Right. So I looked at the amount of times it was shared and reposted. And I say, you know, these two white guys cover a song, one of our songs, and they get hundreds of thousands of reshares and looks. But as soon as one of our own groups put out good quality music, it's like pulling teeth to try to get somebody to share it and repost it and get that kind of response. You know, and I'll be wanting to say shit like that, you know,
I said it. It's funny you said that because the guy Ross Ledge, he posted it on my page. Either you look on my page either yesterday or the day before, and read what I wrote in here. I say it's astonishing to me how this job, so many people, whether they complain about whatever, but they post it's gone damn near viral, and we can't. And you got artists here releasing music, they can't even get that same kind of shit. All they need to do is share it. You know what I'm saying? I swear I said the exact same thing. That's why I'm reacting what you just said. And you can't really complain because then they get offended because you complaining, you know, or bringing it up, you know, but, you know, like I said, I guess the thing you can do is just keep doing what you're doing. Because at the same time, I think people just like you said, they're expecting it. You know. So, at any rate, that's basically about it. The info that I need.
Okay.
If I have any more questions, I can just inbox you for it. But and one thing I will most likely they'll have me do is hit you up if possible for a picture of the group to put along with the piece in there. But I'll let you know about that once me about that. All right.
All right, cool. That'll work.
All right. And appreciate it, man. Appreciate you taking the time and stuff.
All right, no problem.